Ms. Divyanshi Sharma is a communication coach and executive communication mentor, helping professionals, managers, and leaders communicate with clarity, confidence, and presence. More than teaching English, her work focuses on how professionals think, speak, and show up in high-stake environments.
Having worked closely with individuals across the industries, she understands that communication challenges are really about language alone. They stem from hesitation, overthinking, lack of structure, and fear of judgment, especially under pressure. She has 10 plus years of teaching and mentoring experience. Previously, co-established Abhyas, a thriving K-12 institution, and guided 3,000 plus professionals in their communication journey.
Now, I would like to invite our chief guest to please grace us with your kind words.
My gratitude to the management, the teachers and the staff for having me here. It's an absolute joy. Thank you so much for giving me this honor. I am truly grateful and humbled to be here today. So we are going to talk about the art of communication. The art of communication. अरे यार बात तो बचपन से कर रहे हैं. We have been talking since we were toddlers. तो ऐसा क्या सिखा देगी आज दिव्यांशी जो हमने पहले नहीं सीखा, है ना? Yes? Yes? हाँ. So जो हम बचपन से कर रहे हैं, that is talking. Today we are going to learn the art of communication. The art of communication in a professional setting. So art of communication is different, and the art of communication in a professional setting is a different ball game altogether. And I'm telling you, you can't even imagine how the outside world is. My first question is, do we actually need to learn the art of communication? Okay, let me answer this right away. Okay, let me give you a support system. Picture this. You are on a trip on a ship, okay? And you are all pumped up. You are with your family. Your bags are all packed. And the captain arrives. Hello. My name is Divyanshi Sharma, and I will be your captain for today. I'm so sorry, oh boy. I don't know. Let's just have a great trip. No. I don't want to go further. Just get me off this boat. Get me off this ship. I don't want to go with this captain. Yeah? What are we actually expecting from the captain? Hello everyone, I am Divyanshi Sharma and I will be your captain for this journey. Let's have a great trip. Yes, this is actually what we want from our captain. So when you are speaking, when you are professionally communicating, you are actually the captain of this ship. You are the driver. And when you are the driver, the entire responsibility is on your shoulders. People will move forward with you or they will exit. This depends entirely on you. Yes? Yes? Okay. For the last decade, I have coached across people from all age groups. And for the last 2 years, I have been working closely with working professionals. Doctors, advocates, assistants, finance associates, project managers in the corporates, consultants, right? And through this experience, while working with them, I have learned that communication is not about all those 10, 12 tips or 10, 12 hacks. Communication, confident communication, professional communication stands on just 3 pillars. And these three pillars decides your growth in the professional setting. And today I'm going to share these three pillars with you. So are we ready? Sure? Yes. Okay. Pillar number 1 is clarity. Clarity. Yes? Because आप जो बोल रहे हैं उसके बारे में आप कितना जानते हैं, आपको कितनी नॉलेज है, आपके पास सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्टीज़ है, आपके पास शायद अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी हो. आप इंटरव्यू में बैठते हैं, आप डिस्कशंस में बैठते हैं, यू आर सिटिंग इन मीटिंग्स. सो हाउ क्लियर आर यू अबाउट योर ओन कंटेंट? एंड दिस इज द फर्स्ट पिलर of confident and professional communication. Yes? Start consuming. No, not random reels. I'm not talking about that. Consuming through reading. And what to read? Start with a LinkedIn post, a caption, follow good people. Industry articles are there. Case studies are there. Novels are there. Yes? Good books are there. Start reading. Even if you read a quote, that is adding up somewhere in your understanding. That is adding somewhere in your clarity. So keep reading things. And second one, listening. We are consuming, right? We have to get the input. Listening to good people out there, founders, thought leaders, people who are really doing something, not the mediators. Not the people like us. I'm not promoting myself. No. Listen to people who are actually doing something in their lives. Right? They have the experience. Now you have to listen to them. See how are they working, how they are functioning. Go out there. Right now, your circle is very small. Right? Even today, you are very hesitant to even raise a hand. Your circle is limited to maximum 50 people. You have a few years of your life where you can make mistakes. You are allowed to make regret-free mistakes here. For some years, for some coming years. Go out there, talk to strangers, take risk, and let it go. Now this will add up to your personality, and you have no idea about this right now. I'm telling you. Right now, what do you think? That my entire world is in this one screen. Ask questions. As many as possible. As silly as possible. Okay? Nobody is judging you there. And I think teachers would agree. We love students who ask questions. Do we? Today, actually, a large part of our brain is constantly occupied with a lot of things which we really don't need. You know, people that we don't even personally know. Lives, people, their life, their traveling things and everything. And I remember, I think twice or thrice, मेरे सपने में कुशा कपिल आ चुकी है. Literally, can you believe that? वो मेरे सपने में आई थी. And I don't even know her personally. How is that even possible? That means most of our brain, most of the part of our brain is already occupied with the information we don't even need. वो जो है ना, basically, you know, literally, like, in every other sentence आप use करते हो? Do you know the reason? Because your brain is not able to process the correct data. It is already occupied with something which is not even needed. Nervousness, somebody will judge me. There is constant insecurity that people are seeing me, they have nothing to do in their life, they're only focused on me. Right? These kind of thoughts. Because emotions take over. And that is why emotional management becomes the second pillar of confident communication. Acha, do you remember the two captains on the boat? Do you remember the two captains? Okay. So both the captains knew what to say, right? They had their content, simple. But the first one could not control how she showed up. the fumbles, the nervousness, there was a constant breathing, the uncertainty. And in that moment, something very interesting happened. Have you noticed? You have not questioned the qualification of the captain. You didn't even care about the years of experience. Have you? No, not at all. What we all felt at that moment? मुझे इस शिप से उतरना है. I don't want to go forward with the captain. Yes? Yes, actually you can be very clear. You can know exactly what to say. But if your emotions are shaky, if you are nervous, there is a hesitation, there is some insecurity, then it will show up in your voice, in your body language. Yeah? Okay. Chalo, let me bring this to life right away. Okay? Levels बढ़ रहे हैं. ठीक है. Chalo, can I have one volunteer on stage, please? Big round of applause for. Hi, Kanchan. Yeah, this mic. Okay, so Kanchan, this is very simple. We'll play a game together. Okay? Okay, everyone. Are we ready? Yes. Okay, so you have 30 seconds. You have to tell us one short story of your life. Okay? Now, this story can be true or this can be a made-up story. It depends on you. You don't have to tell us. Okay? It can be a false story, a fabricated one, or a true one. Now, the audience, you can start thinking of your story. Audience has to guess at whether it's a true story or a false one or a tale. Truth or tale? Yes? Okay. So you have 30 seconds, a short story, okay?
Sorry, ma'am. Kind of nervous.
I am also nervous, don't worry. Nobody knows.
This one time, when I was in school, I participated in a science exhibition. Science is not my field and not my cup of tea. I was horrible at physics.
Thank you, Kanchan. Yes, true. Raise your hands. False. This was a true story, right?
Yes, ma'am, it's true.
Yeah. Seriously?
I really got second place.
Yeah. This was a true story. Why? This is what emotional control is all about. Because she was confident, she was emotionally feeling it. And there was...
It was detailed. Because in a fabricated story, we have to think through.
Absolutely. You got my point. If it would be a fabricated one, she would fumble. She would try to gather her emotions. But it was all natural. And this has nothing to do with the language. Not even with the language, not even with the knowledge base. And do you know what? When emotional control and emotions are unstable, even sometimes the truth looks fabricated. Even when you are speaking the truth, people start doubting you because you are not confident, because you do not have control on your emotions. Yes, this happens. So very important pillar, calm delivery signals confidence. When you are calm, it shows leadership, right? Emotions leak when you have some problem with the voice. There are some issues with the body language. There your emotion leaks, not with the language. Nobody sees your grammatical mistakes. Nobody is even concerned. But your body language, it has all the stories. Your gestures, your body language. How do you fix your hairs? Everything counts. People judge you in the first 20 to 30 seconds. Like you have judged me when I entered. Your subconscious brain is always in a judgmental mode. Always. The real question is how to train your brain to look fine even when it is nervous. And this happens in interviews, presentations, viva. You are there, you have prepared so much, but in any high stake situation, your heart starts racing. Your heart starts racing, your breath becomes shallow, you start rushing. You speed up while speaking. Yes? Your mind goes blank and suddenly clarity disappears. I told you, clarity was the first pillar. Everything is interconnected. You have worked on your emotions, but you are not clear, it is same. You worked on your clarity, but you have no control, you have no management of your emotions. It will ruin everything. How to bring that emotional control? Some people pause for 20 seconds. Some do breathing exercises. Some take a long pause before even uttering their name. Yes, there are so many hacks, tricks, ways to do it. Actually, here I'm leaving you on a note. Okay. I am leaving you on a note that you have to find your own emotional control. Yes, I'm repeating. You have to find out the ways that you can manage your emotions. Okay? A lot of things work for different people. For example, I feel confident when I'm well dressed. Yeah? Some of you might feel confident when you have a tika on your forehead. Yes? Some of us might feel confident when you do those breathing exercises. So how to find your own emotional control? I would say there is only one way. No other way, I'm telling you. No hacks, no tips, no tricks. The only way here is you have to sit with yourself. You have to sit with yourself. You have to start observing yourself. You have to start asking yourself questions. What actually makes me feel happy? What actually makes me scared? What are those childhood stories that have impacted me somewhere? There is no other way, I'm telling you. You go on YouTube, you go on anywhere, you find out the ways, you will get so many, but ultimately you have to do this. So take out some time every day, away from your screens, away from social media. Find out the most boring corner of your house and sit in that corner today. And ask yourself, how do I feel confident? You will get your answer. Not today. It might take 30 days or 40 days. Keep asking these questions to yourself. What actually works for me? You will definitely get your answer one day. It will take time, but that answer will be the final one. Okay? Now, this brings me to the third pillar of professional communication. Do you remember the first one? Okay. Second? The third pillar. Okay? Now, for this, I want to tell you a very common story, but a significant one. There was once a master in Japan, a swimming master. White beard, long hair, very strict and stern, okay, and Japanese. He was a legendary master. So many students used to come to him for training, and he used to reject a lot of them. He used to ask a lot of questions to these students and he used to reject most of them. Yes? Now one day a young man came to him and requested, please teach me swimming. I want to learn only from you. The master didn't agree immediately, as always. Yes? He started asking him questions. A series of questions. A lot of them. And he started observing him. After so many questions and answers, after so many discussions, he agreed. Okay, I'll teach you swimming. Yes? Their training began. The training started 3 days into the training, and the master took the student to the top of a small hill. There was a hill and there was a river flowing under the hill. And the master took the student on the top of the hill. Okay? Okay. The master looked at the student and said, jump. He literally asked the student to jump into the river. Jump? Are you serious? How can you even do that to me? No ways. Have you gone mad? How can I? We have just started learning swimming. I cannot do that. This was the student's reaction. We have just started learning swimming. How can I jump into the river? He started panicking. He started pleading. He started saying no. But the master asked for the one last time. You have to jump into the river. This is a part of your learning. The student denied. And then in that moment, the master pushed the student into the river. Yes. Are you gone mad? How? He was into the river and he started panicking. He started cussing his own master, the same master he was requesting. You cannot do that to me. Oh my God, I'll die today. I cannot do this. I will die. How can I survive in this river? I have just started learning swimming. And the master was very calm as always, very firm. He said, that's okay. Trust the process. Surrender. Go with the flow. Repeat after me. Trust the process. Louder. Trust the process. Surrender. Go with the flow. Now the student had no other option. He had no other option. He was in the flowing river and he followed the master. That day, the student didn't just survive. He actually learned swimming. Yes? Okay. So what have we learned from the story?
Trust the process.
To trust the process. Any other? What have we learned from the story? Actually, this is how communication works too. This is how communication skills works too. Most professionals try to learn communication while standing on the hill. They want tips, they want tricks, they want koi shortcut de do na yaar. There is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. You can only learn communication when you are thrown into the river. When you are thrown into the river, you speak, you make mistakes, you feel awkward, you feel exposed. In that moment, you decide whether you want to give up or you want to surrender and trust the process. So, pillar 3 is presence through practice. Practice under difficult situations. Right? Before I end, I want to leave you with my favorite quote by Carl Jung. Know all the theories, master all the techniques, but as you touch a human soul, be just. That was my time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. This was Divyanshi Sharma, and thank you so much for being such an exuberant, pleasant, and humble audience. Thank you very much.